Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Houston Texans. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. On play action, now Carr. And he finds Corey Davis. On the move past the 40. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
Carr now on first down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Again, it's Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. Yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to...
Touchdown, Raiders! Darren Waller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And taken right on the 30. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We score. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. That one into the hands of Adams downfield. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and it came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Looking to throw. Glass. Oh, he rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He's only 4 yards there on the play. And 39 in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Glass. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 27 yards there. First down. Back to throw. Glass. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The Texans at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first two games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that. And what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. An entertaining start to this one. More to come. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Back to throw again. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Jordan, big yardage. What a nice game there. This one goes for 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! John Mechie, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Texans go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I remember
he's going for the age.
I remember what was he smiling about? Because he had more confidence in himself. That was a clip.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Deep ball there on the 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, but he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunate for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darren Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think he gets to the guys in the uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Only 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off the play fake. Glass. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Texans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That catches expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They go play action here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. From 10 yards out. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing on first down is Carr. The slant connects with Devontae Adams. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Here's Jacobs on first and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To throw his Carr. Steps away. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
We got this.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
To throw on 3rd down, Glass. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson on for the PAT. And this is now a 1-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Glass. He'll get that one complete to Connor. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Glass. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
19 takes. 7 Pirates. Come 19.
To throw on 2nd down. Glass. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Glass. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Escaping the pressure, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A run by Pierce begins the second half. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Glass. He finds his man, complete. It's Connor. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this off.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Go check.
Looking to throw. Glass. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their mind. But there's a long way to go in this game.
Well, now off to the races down the right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. On the sack, they go from the 13 on 3rd and goal. Carr going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuck at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Short completion, just 4 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Flush to his right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And they get the guard, John Runyon. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Off the play fake. Glass. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away. They face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders, on the final play of the 3rd quarter, have taken the lead. Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Here we go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Richie Grant.
And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his...
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays.